Hello and welcome back to Falcon Blues TV. I'm Paul and I'm joined once again with Callum. Callum, thanks for coming down, mate.
Yeah,
and we're going to give you the instant match reaction to the derby, the latest derby reaction, because in all honesty, no one really wants to talk about it. But
yeah, you'll be brief on that.
We will start off on obviously Everton's 1-0 loss to Liverpool. It was a real sickener for everyone, wasn't it, Callum?
Yeah.
Especially considering Everton played really well, and I've got a brother he's a Liverpool fan, boo, but he messaged me that night and went, tell you what, that's the first time Everton have showed up for the derby in Anfield in years. He said Everton really had to go.
Yeah. And
I was like, I know, that's what made it more disheartening and hard to take, but what's your take on it, Colin?
To be fair, I missed most of it, thankfully. But obviously, I seen obviously the last part from like the last 30 minutes and stuff, but you know, it's been our best performance for years, that hasn't it? And one that you come away disheartened with the result, but you look at it and you think, you know what, we're making big strides.
Yeah. In
terms of, you know, the games we've lost. Obviously we drew with Chelsea, didn't we? We got beat by Man United. Arsenal was 2-0, but we played really well, and each game away from home we are getting better against what you call, you know, the bigger sides. We matched them for 95 minutes, and then obviously
really good performances away at these teams. One sort of trend with each of these games as well is we're missing big chances in those games as well.
Yeah.
It happened in the derby, obviously the header with Gomez. Yeah. I don't think Gomez could have done any more there. That's just a real. Yeah. It's a cross between. It's a really good save by Alisson, and he's just in the way, isn't he?
Because I think how close he is to the goal, you're thinking he's got to bury, but then I think being that close has sort of hindered him putting it in anywhere else position in terms of the goal. If he was like another 3 or 4 yards out, he's probably got more direction to get away from the keeper.
To put it in the corner,
do you know what I mean? But it's a great save, and it's a great clearance off the line. But
it's a great knockback from Walcott as well.
Yeah.
Because I noticed, and like
you can't believe it's not gone in.
Yeah, and they showed the touchline. They showed Marco Silva, and Bergson's ready to celebrate, and then it's one of them, isn't it? And
you know when that doesn't go in, you're just thinking, if that's not going in, you know what is going to go in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was the one in the first few seconds where it was a header from Yerry Mira, and people were saying he should score. I don't know about you, but I was kind of thinking I wouldn't like to score after the first minute at Anfield, because I think then it'd just be like, well, we're just inviting them on there, but you know, it's disappointing. Some real good performances.
Yeah, you just got to look at Gomez again, haven't you? And outstanding. You know, in these games, you know, you've got to take your chances, and I think we've been unfortunate. But again, I just think if we had an instinctive and prolific striker, that the top teams have, you know, it's the difference, isn't it?
It's what we're missing, isn't it?
You know, you look at like Harry Kane, Aubameyang, Lacazette for Arsenal, how many times they've scored and got, you know, critical goals. You know, them points at the end of the season, you know, what are they worth? 12, 13 points at the end of the season, and I think that's what Everton miss at the moment. And I think January will be a key time in terms of where we do actually finish in the season. But you know, you ask on Twitter and stuff and saying get a centre forward. No one actually knows who we can actually go and get, or who you'd want. You know, before obviously the season started or whatever, it's like, oh, get Giroud in or whatever. But Everton are going to be looking for, you know, a player who can finish, but also who can press.
Yeah.
Well, so you limit yourself straight away. Then you can buy into the Everton philosophy. Who's quick and who's a proven goal scorer. You know, we were after Vardy for a bit. You know, Vardy long term for us now. He wouldn't be able to do it. But you might say, you know what, you'd have him to the end of the season, but then you're not going to pay 30 million for someone who's the wrong side of 30.
Giroud's a good target man, and gets a lot of goals. But we've been down the street with Giroud, where I don't know if you've ever seen it. Ronald Koeman did an interview after he'd been sacked by Everton, and he said we had him. We had him in the boardroom. Yeah. We had him brought down, and everything was agreed. And then the last minute, he was like, no. And then there was rumours on the Allardyce said it was because his missus didn't want to come didn't want to move from London, and obviously he went to Chelsea. Like, but I don't know. It's a difficult one. Like I was saying, I would have went for Rashford, but he's starting a lot for Man United now, and I think Mourinho likes him.
I think it's
whether we can get him now,
I think if it was any other manager and he wasn't playing, you'd have a chance. But I think with Mourinho, if he's not playing him, he still wants to keep them.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like Marshall.
Look at the signings. You know, he signed Sanchez to keep him away from Man City.
Yeah.
You know, he's not even playing. He's not getting a game. So I think you'd have no chance of getting Rashford. But yeah, it's one I agree with. But for me, one that I'd have, and he's not obviously a number 9, but he's obviously signed a new contract for 5 years and whatever. I think someone like Zaha, you know.
Yeah. I think Zaha could be got with a bit of money.
Yeah. I think and he's not. He isn't a number 9, but I just think in terms of he can score goals. And miss his chances up, but he can score goals and he's unpredictable. And I think they're the front three of Richarlison, then Sigurdsson, and someone else. You know, it'd be frightening in terms of pace going forward. But you know, as you said, we do need a proper number 9, someone who we can go direct to when we need to. Someone who can win headers in the box, someone who's instinctive in the box, and like we said at the Cardiff game of the week where that ball's been zipped across the front of goal and there's no one in a 6-yard box. You know, if you're a striker, you're in there, that's 1-0 at a goal, and all these little things, you know, are really, you know, costing us points at the moment, I think.
Do you think this is possibly the end of Tosin coming up to January? Because
yeah, do you know what?
I was a real proponent of him and I was bigging him up, but he's just not getting enough end product, is he? I know he's not been playing much lately, but he started against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Unlucky not to score. We'll get onto that in a bit, but I don't know. I mean, I've been trying to stick up for him for a while, but
I think it's difficult because, you know, you need to get proven on your goals. But for me, it's like if you probably look at the chances that he's probably not had many per game.
No, he hasn't.
Do you know what I mean? And when he has had one, obviously he's missed and stuff. But you know, he can finish, but the Premiership's a little different kettle of fish, and you need so many different attributes, to get goals and create goals. And I just think, for me, one of the standout things for me is that when the ball does go up to him, for me, he gets dispossessed too many times. The defender gets in front of him, the move then breaks down and stuff, and I'm thinking, if you can't do that in the Premiership, then you're not going to get a chance to go and finish because you're not laying it off to then get in the box type thing. So
it's a great point you've made, because people call him a target man. I say he's not, because he doesn't hold the ball up well, and he's not the tallest either. He's decent in the air, but in my opinion, if someone said to me, right, who do you want to start up front? Do you want it to be Tosin or Calvert-Lewin? I'd choose Calvert-Lewin all day. I really would. His goals to game ratio is a lot better. Yeah. He's played a lot less games as well.
Yeah. I was surprised with, obviously, Lewin obviously going to the but the Newcastle game in terms of not getting a game, but I think he obviously wants Tosin, obviously the one we spent front to get a game and try and do that. But I don't know, I think the way everything going now, and you've looked at the calibre of players that we're bringing in, the likes of Nias hasn't even been on the bench lately. Do you know what I mean? So
I think that's a sign that he's gone.
Yeah, so the likes of Tosin, it's like there's talk of him going back to Besiktas potentially.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think that's something and I feel sorry for him, do you know what I mean? But I think where we're going now, they're really going to go all out and buy a strike in January. I think they really are, and they're going to, get rid of players who aren't going to play. The wages then will help. Any transfer fees that we can get, you can sell all these players, and then potentially if you're buying the player for 50-60 million, potentially only paying 25 million because you've recouped some money type thing. But
Schneiderlin's getting linked with a move away as well. Not to any specific club.
Yeah.
Myself, I thought Schneiderlin this season's done alright. Yeah. Obviously, what happened with his dad and then he went out of the team, he's going to struggle to get back in the team now, with obviously it being, no one's getting in front of Guy and Gomez the way it's looking.
No.
But going back to the Liverpool game, like, we're not really that disappointed because we played well. I mean, obviously we are disappointed, but you were pointing out earlier on to me, Callum, that we had more shots.
Yeah, we had more shots on target than what Manchester City did. We had 42% possession. Obviously Man City did have more in that game than us, but in the chance created and stuff and shots on target, we created more. So we are making big strides. We are just falling short of getting them 1-0 wins and stuff type thing at these grounds.
I'll be honest, I don't think we're that far away though from getting a result at one of these grounds. And what's a good thing about the season is we've been to these grounds and we've got them out of the way. Whereas other teams have got to go there, and I wouldn't like to be at the tail end of the season. I wouldn't like to be going to those grounds needing the result. You know what I mean? We'll go on to obviously Pickford Zera. You've got a few things to point out about that, haven't you?
Yeah, Pickford Zera. I was saying before, and see yourself, that error, you'd struggle to see that in Sunday League, wouldn't you? You'd struggle to see it. And
it reminded me of Pepe Reina a few years ago.
Yeah.
When he threw it back out to Andy Johnson and he headed it in.
Yeah. I think leading up to the goal though, there was a couple of things, wasn't there? I think the first thing was, for me, on watching it, wasn't a free kick.
Yeah.
In the first place, it was never a free kick.
Soft one.
Yeah. The second thing for me is that, for me, you know, doing as a coach and stuff sometimes as well, is if you give away a free kick, no matter where it is on the pitch, you have to put someone on the ball.
Yeah.
To prevent a quick
free kick, yeah.
But most importantly, if they're going to lump one into the box, prime example was when we had Martinez, was it 3-2 up against Liverpool in the last kick of the game.
Lukaku scored twice, yeah. Sturridge equalised.
They got a free kick, Steven Gerrard on it. We put no one on the wall. So
no.
we said to Steven Gerrard, there you go, you've got free reign to put it on someone's head.
To Gerrard as well.
Put it on someone's head. We all went in the box, he's put it on someone's head and it's a goal. And that was a prime example. So going back to the weekend's game, so they've got a free kick. Richarlison was sort of standing over it, and then he's gone back then to get in the box or go outside the box and into the box and whatever, which has then allowed Alisson's looking at it and thinking, if I hit this now, it's probably too much of a straight ball, I can't get an angle on it. So what I'll do is I'll give it to Alexander-Arnold now. He's wider and he's got more of a diagonal on. Yeah. And that's what's hurt us then, is that ball. If Richarlison's standing in front of it, Alisson's got to take that free kick with a man in the wall and not a good of an area to play a diagonal because he's too straight. Well, not too straight, but he's more straighter than what he would have been. So them little tiny errors then lead to the ball going in the box, comes into Zuma. Zuma's going to head it centrally away and he sees a player on the edge of the box and he thinks, I'm not heading there now. So he heads it, what you would do, you head it away to the side. But for me then, Van Dijk's come out to receive it. There's no pressure on the ball, so that ball's gone out in the air. It's dropped, not even to his head, it's dropping to his feet. No one's got out to it, which has allowed him then to do his air kick. And
I mean, he turned away from it. Like, he turned away and disgusting and fuck that.
Yeah.
You know, that's gone nowhere. And
but even the Pickford thing, you know, I think he's been so concerned about giving away a corner away. And you can see that, but if you're going to keep it in from a corner and you're going up for it, all he has to do is twist his wrist that way. So when he does do it, the ball's going to go that way, away from goal, and it's going to drop that way. So he's done that, and yet the ball's spinning. He's dropped it down then into the 6-yard box. You've got no chance, because then you're going to land. You can't get to it. Origi's standing still, and he's finished it. So many errors, but you know, it's one of them things, and you know, he probably won't make that again in the rest of the season.
No, he won't. And Pickford's, you know, saved us more points than he's lost. You know, he's the top keeper, so you know he'll bounce back from this. And he, in fairness, he did on against Newcastle, made a couple of good saves. But the whole, like, I just find it really, like, funny and ironic, like the amount of, like, the Liverpool fans are really enjoying it. Like, oh, look at this mistake in the keeper. It's like, fancy a goalkeeper making a mistake in a big game. It's like, have we forgot about Karius as well? I don't see us giving our goalie death threats either, disease. We'll briefly talk about Klopp as well, deciding to run on the pitch. And I mean, look, people are going, should he be banned? People saying he's a passion. Danny Mills thinking it's a disgrace and all that. Me, myself, I'm looking at it the angle where it's like, it's him again, once again, just running on, going, look at me, give me the attention. And it's like, he's celebrating more than Origi did. Origi picked up the ball. I don't know what Origi's doing. I think Origi's like, come on, I'm going to fucking get another one. But, it's passion, it's all that. But to go on the pitch, it's a bit, you know, run down the touchline, fair enough. Don't go on the pitch, though.
Yeah.
But
it was 96 minutes, wasn't it? And you don't know what Marco Silva would do. I don't think Marco Silva was quite reserved.
They said that, but he's got more decorum. I don't think he would have fucking ran on the middle of the pitch.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd find many managers that would do that.
Yeah.
Possibly Mourinho, maybe.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe after the final whistle, though, potentially, but...
Yeah, it's different in and after the final whistle.
It's a mad one, isn't it? But, you know, he's a different character, Klopp, isn't he? He's emotional and, you know, he does it all the time on the sideline as well. He's always animated and whatever,
sure.
So... You know, I think it's one of them. You know, it's against us and it's riled Evertonians.
I can understand it slightly, sort of. I can sort of see, and probably, if Marco Silva did do it, I'd probably love him for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's just more the manner of it, isn't it? In terms of the minute that it was, we couldn't obviously get a chance to come back. You know, there was no time to get an equaliser and stuff. It was all one of them, wasn't it? So. it's done now, it's gone, and you know, we played them at home on March the 2nd and stuff, I think, so...
Forward to that now, I'm actually looking forward to a derby just after a signal like that, but Liverpool have actually scored more last minute winners against Everton than any other side, and I was like, fucking course they have, of course they have. Do you know, they've actually kept more clean sheets against us than any other team in the league as well, which I was like, fucking hell. Sorry for these depressing stats.
It's just the Everton way, isn't it? But you know, we're making big strides, and the next few games will be critical, aren't they? So
yeah, we'll fucking, you know, we'll draw the line in the sand as far as that game's done now. And obviously on Wednesday, Everton had the chance to put it back, you know, get things back on order against Newcastle, and unfortunately it was a disappointing draw. I don't really think Everton played that bad. You heard a lot of groans and not at the matching, but it was like Newcastle went there and they've done a job, you know what I mean, and they've went away with a good point. That is a really good point for them. Good goal by Richarlison. Their keeper had a really good game. That save off Tosin right at the end of the first half, I couldn't believe that. It reminded me of Alisson's one.
The point blank one.
The point blank one. It reminds me of Alisson's one, but at the same time, Tosin's got to finish that, man. What we've been talking about, he's got to finish that.
He's in the right place, isn't he? He's in the right place.
Give him that. He's in the right place.
But even the other one as well, obviously the sitter that he missed, but the one bit later where Siggs had the shot, and he's gone to Curler in the corner, hasn't he? But he's tipped it around the post as well. It just like, and every cross that came in, he come and claimed it, and it was just one of them days. But I was looking at stats, and we had 19 shots in that game. We only had 3 on target.
Which is disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, but I got them there. Last season, we had 9 shots in that game with 1 on target, and we won 1-0.
Really?
Yeah. And
it's really?
No, Walcott.
I'm thinking of away. Really scored, didn't he? Yeah.
It's just like mad. We were just creating so many more chances. But then last season we won that game 1-0, and this season we're drawing 1-1. But I think the most frustrating thing for me this season is watching the games. I don't know about you, but how slow did we start games?
Yeah.
You look at
like Huddersfield, Palace.
With the Huddersfield game, we go 1-0 down. You come back, we score straight away, we get an equaliser. In that game, we only had 1 shot on target. You look at the Crystal Palace game, we were drawing, was it 0-0?
0-0.
Zaha missed a penalty.
Yeah.
And then we decide, we'll start playing football now, and then we go and win the game. Cardiff, you know, huffing and puffing, then got a goal, won 1-0. And it's sort of like, it stems back to even like the Koeman era, like, first halves, Everton just go out with less intensity, just predictable, don't test the keeper enough, and then go out second half then with everything to do. And we give ourselves a mountain to climb. I think, you know, 45 minutes then to go and score or equalise or go and score a winner and stuff, and we should be going out, you know, scoring 1 or 2 goals in the first half, game's done, and then we come and we've won the game. I just think it's just been a mad season for not starting well.
Yeah, I agree. What do you make of Lookman's performance? Because he obviously started. I
think people were slating him, saying that he wasn't playing well, but you've got to look at the game. You know, you're playing a Rafa Benitez side who has worked day in, day out, and coming to Goodison Park. They started off in a mid-press, so they defended from the front 10 yards in front of the halfway.
Yeah.
With the back 4 pushed up 10-12 yards off the 18-yard box, really compact up middle of the pitch. So the only time there was space was in behind. Tosin, to be fair with them, obviously had three men on him. When Digne was getting the ball, he was making them runs along the back line into the wide area, say go on, put it in behind, and now one in there. Digne was like, I'm not going to play it in there, I'm going to turn back, play it back the other way. And the first half, that was the only place where there was space for us to get their back line turned and get into them, but instead we tried to play through these areas, it was too congested and we lost the ball. Every time I went along the back 4, I could have counted 25 times potentially where it's gone across, predictable, into Digne. As soon as it goes into Digne, Murphy locked on and then showed him inside. Didn't allow him to turn up on his back on his foot to then play it into Sigurdsson or play it into Richarlison or play it down the side. He was showing him inside into bodies, and every time he had to come back out. And it was just, we just, for me, didn't mix it up enough. You know, if there's space in behind and you can play the ball, then drop it in behind, disorganise their back 5 or back 3 and then get at them. We didn't. It was too passive at times and it was too easy.
I noticed there was a lot of not a lot, but there was quite a few people having a go at Digne for his performance. Myself, I thought Digne was getting into a lot of great positions. His final product, though, the crossing at the end, wasn't great. What did annoy me in the last few minutes was he had a shot from that free kick. When I thought, come on mate, you got Yerry Minute in the box here, you've got to cross that in. You know, it's last minute. The angle as well. If it was Sigurdsson going, you know what, I'll fucking have a go. But
it disappointing. I just think, like, throughout the whole game, I think sometimes we were too predictable, but also for me, it was just like bad decision making. You know, if that's the last minute of the game, whatever, you've got a free kick, put it in the box.
Definitely,
He brought everyone up for it, and he's not even like that close to the goal for me to even.
It's not.
He's
the
not gonna
angle
get
on
that
it's crazy as well. I wouldn't even fucking have a go at that if I was playing FIFA.
So yeah, it's just decision making, and where that's down to fatigue towards the end. He had another one as well where we worked a move on the far side with Bernard. We played into Digne. He think he was in the box or just outside the box, and all he had to do was drive it across the 6-yard box, and he tried to play a lofted ball to the back post to no one, and I think it actually went up for a throw-in.
It did, he didn't half hit it as well, didn't he? But it was just people can have bad games. You know what I mean?
I think in terms of stats, I think he had the most key passes in the final third in the game because he had so much of the ball. But again, it was just that he didn't have the unpredictability and that sharpness that you need in that final third. And you know, them playing the back five, the full-backs didn't go anywhere. So you had 3 central players. There was hardly any space, so you had to really combine well. You'd have to try and do your high to low moves to drag players out, and it was just too passive. And even when we did try and move, like Sigurdsson tried like a reverse pass into Coleman sometimes, it was just too predictable and it was just too easy for him.
It didn't. Things just didn't come off for us, did they? Just one of those games.
And I just think in them games, we brought Calvert-Lewin on, didn't we? And Calvert-Lewin started like drifting out wide, and I'm thinking, put your central, get the ball out wide, and just start playing in some diagonals, and sort of work off playing off second ball. So win the knockdown, play from there, you know, disorganise them a little bit, get Sigurdsson on it, get some shots off and whatever, or get Bernard on it. But it was just all down the sides, no combinations outside the box, and nothing dropped in behind or anything diagonal into Calvert-Lewin. So, you know, they're happy with the point coming away, and we're disappointed. And you know, we said, didn't we, the other week about the games coming up that we said Newcastle's a must win, Watford's a must win.
I'd be honest, mate, I wanted 6 points from this game and the Watford game.
Yeah, and you probably, you know, in hindsight now, it should have been a point at Anfield and should have been 3 at Goodison, 4 points, and instead we've got 1.
And if you had that on the league table as well, it creates a bigger gap to the likes of Man United and Bournemouth.
And Bournemouth are winning now as well, aren't they? So, you know, I think they're 8 joint points with us now.
Bournemouth win tomorrow anyway, let's put it that way.
They go above us.
Well, they got Liverpool, haven't they? Yeah. My bitterness coming out there. I think that's all that needs to be said, really, isn't it? It's a bit of a disappointing week, really, but
I just hope the festive period's good now, and we got to stay. I just think, like I said, we need to go on a little run now and get the Liverpool game out the way, Newcastle game, and get back to winning ways.
That's right.
And go from there.
Callum, have you got something you'd like to plug, mate?
Yeah, I have.
It's a good cause, this as well, so...
You've probably seen it on Twitter. I'm not going to give a long story, whatever, but I used to coach, first boy I ever coached actually. Absolute pleasure to a kid to coach, unbelievable talent. Coached him from the age of 5 up till he was 8, and he signed for Everton Academy. When he was 8, David Moyes, got a picture of David Moyes and signed, and he was there for like 2 seasons. Went on and whatever, and was there for a while, and then was released, but obviously kept on playing football, and then most recently he was at Prescott Cables in the reserves, and
I work right by Prescott Cables as well.
A good setup, and he was obviously going to break into the first team and stuff, and I just got this news, and obviously I hadn't spoken to the family for a while, obviously with him playing for Everton and going to different clubs and stuff, and he suddenly passed away while playing football.
Sad, isn't it?
Just 18 years old. From a cardiac arrest, from a sort of an undetected heart condition.
Yeah, I got told about this when it happened in work, because a friend of mine that I work with is from Prescott, and he goes to all the Prescott Cables games, and shocking, wasn't it? Young lad as well. I know
the family really well and stuff, and it was just an absolute tragedy, to be honest, and you know, just trying to doing stuff behind the scenes and stuff, and trying to help out where we can. So I put a tweet up the other week. Quite a few Evertonians retweeted, and there's hopefully more can retweet, but what it is, it's a charity called Cry, and it's cardiac arrest in the young, and approximately 12 12 young people die a week from cardiac arrest from unknown heart conditions. And this great charity, it raises money to give like ECGs and tests and stuff on your heart for young people up to the age of 34. Now the charity, Jack Memorial Fund, which is set up and there's pages on there, obviously his friends have done loads of charity raising stuff. They've done like the 3 peaks and they've raised like £3,000. Other people have raised money in different ways. So we're looking to get another £5,000, and the £5,000 would pay for approximately 100 young people, whether it be at football clubs or at workplaces, to have screening, to bring up any abnormalities and stuff, and obviously reduce the risk of cardiac arrest happening to anyone. So it's an amazing cause, but obviously it costs a lot of money.
Sure, yeah.
So you're looking at like £50 per person. So what we're asking people to do is, if you can obviously donate to the fund, you'd be contributing to potentially saving someone's life.
It's definitely a worthwhile cause, and when we tweet this video, we'll actually put that underneath.
Yeah.
So hopefully the Blues can get involved, because it's a worthwhile cause.
Yeah.
But me and Callum will see you back on Sunday morning for a Watford preview. But thanks again for coming down, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So hopefully better results in the future. So up the Blues, yeah. I'll see you next time.